I'm here with my man Turkish. Now, even you have got to be excited after what you've seen tonight. To go to Sporting, beat them 5-1 on their home ground. I think it's their first defeat of the season. First defeat at home for Sporting since 2023. You got to be impressed by that, even you.
Yeah, I mean, even me. This is one of our best away performances in Europe of the Emirates era, for sure. It's been a long time since we've gone away to a team that's performing as well as Sporting have been performing this season. Listen, albeit a managerial change, but we've just seen them win 6-0 on the weekend. So, you know, they're still a good side. They've still got good players. They've still got threats. They've got the hottest property in Europe at the moment up front in Gyökeres. And, you know, we shut them down. We played our football. We built on what we did against Forest. And it was good because we made changes. The 4 players that we expected to start against Forest come straight back in. And the football was footballing, you know. We was playing very well, good passages of play. The first 2 goals we scored, the build-up, both tap-ins, but the build-up was, you know, great football. And it's good to see because this season, great football has been few and far between.
Now, tell me, surely there's no coincidence between this performance, the performance against Forest, and, you know, in part, the performance against Chelsea with Martin Odegaard's return to the team?
Yeah, 100%. Listen, Martin Odegaard, he's a special player. He's a very special player. I just didn't understand how without him our approach changed so much. But now he's back in the side and you see the football we're playing and you know, every passage of play that we looked at in Aura against Forest and likewise today, Odegaard was the hub of it. He was the one starting it, he was the one in the middle of it, and you know, at times you want him to end it, but it isn't to be, that's not his bag. We're a much better side with Odegaard in it. But I think when you've got a player of that ilk, any team, you know, it would affect them losing him. I just feel like, you know, backing him up. Now we're seeing Nwaneri in the last couple of games coming in with a lot less pressure, coming into a side that's playing good football. And we're seeing even more from him. So I think we're in a good place. As long as Odegaard stays fit, we know how important he is. Look, over the last couple of years, Odegaard has really grown as a leader. He's really grown as the centerpiece to this project, the process. And having him back in now when it's crunch time for us, we really need to, you know, start winning games and start building up to hopefully catch Liverpool. I know this is a Champions League, but we also needed this here because I feel like the league at this moment in time is too far gone. We're 9 points away, so Liverpool have to let us back into it. But it's also a season where we have to win something. And the Champions League, we've never won it, but up until now, under Mikel Arteta, we've never really had a performance like that away from home when, you know, our backs are kind of against the wall going into it. There was a lot of doubts about it, and we pulled it out the bag. So moving forward, we've got 3 Champions League ties, Monaco, Zagreb and Girona. We should be winning all 3, and we should comfortably coast through to the last 16.
Yeah, I mean, you said there about the away victory. I think that's the biggest margin of victory for Arsenal in the Champions League since 2008. So it's an amazing performance tonight against a team who a lot of people were saying was going to give us a lot of trouble tonight. I mean, myself, I was thinking if we get a draw, that would be a good result. But we went out there and we smoked them, man. And we spoke about Odegaard being man of the match. I think we can both agree on that, yeah?
I'll give it to Gabriel. Okay. I think Gabriel, Odegaard, Thomas Partey, those 3 were the stars of the show.
What about Saliba? Because I know Gabriel as well, but the 2 of them kept Gyökeres, who's a clear and present danger. Yeah. They kept him pretty much quiet. And up until right at the end, I think Gyökeres had a run and a turn and then he hit the post.
Couple moments, and that was against Kivior. But Gabriel and Saliba both dealt with him very well. You know, not the first top striker we've seen them deal with, won't be the last. But I just lean to Gabriel because he was the one that was involved in the most duels with him.
I give Saliba a blind, man. It's his 100th game tonight, man.
100th game. Gabriel scored as well. What do you want me to do? I'm putting Gabriel above because he scored, innit? He scored, he done his thing. And then you got the celebration as well, which a bit tongue-in-cheek. I like a bit of that. Why not?
What was that about? I didn't quite get that.
I don't know. You know, I've seen a picture go about of Sporting a couple of years ago, imitating, mocking Xhaka's celebration against them. Right. So maybe there's a bit of that. I remember when Arteta used the Tony tweet when we were facing Brentford the year after. Maybe he brought that up this time around. Listen, I think a bit of that's missing in the game. A bit of, what do you call it? Yeah, a bit of trolling.
Because the celebration didn't look spontaneous. It looked like pre-planned. But I was trying to make out what was behind it, and I couldn't. So that's why I'm asking you. Maybe you know. Maybe some of the people out there watching this will know what that's all about. But whatever it is, it came over well.
We'll still take him. Whatever it is, we'll still take Gyökeres in January, please.
Yeah, I mean, he does look a threat, though, man. I mean, they did well to keep him quiet. He was reduced to opportunities, by and large, outside the box. But he's a unit, man.
100%. He's come up against one of the best centre-back pairings in Europe. He's come up against one of the best defences, on their day. I know this season we haven't been great defensively, but the proof's in the pudding. Like I said, he's not the first top striker we've kept quiet, won't be the last, but he still was a threat. He still had his moments. There was a shot, on his right foot just outside the box, went clear over, and then there was a shot on his left foot where he hits the bar. I think he's a good prospect, and I think he's someone we should be keeping an eye on for sure.
100%. Now, 5-1, like we said, 5 different scorers. 2 of those scorers tonight were guys that we'd spoken about on the Starting 11 show as needed good performances. Havertz got a goal, Martinelli got a goal, Martinelli got the first goal. What did you think of their performances tonight?
They needed a goal for sure, both of them. I think the first half, they were better than in the second half. Maybe be involved a bit more, but listen, a lot of our strong patterns of play come down the right-hand side. Saka, Odegaard, in the last couple of games, Timber's been involved in that. So I guess with Martinelli and Havertz in particular, be on the end of things. And today, that's what, for that first half, the first 2 goals, vital goals, they was on the end of it. Someone's got to tap it in. And for us, luckily, it's the 2 players that needed a goal. We hear confidence an awful lot. So hopefully moving into West Ham, they're a bit more confident going into that. What Arteta does, I'm not too sure, because now back-to-back games, great football, strong wins. Now there's a bit of a, selection, not headache, it's a good headache to have against West Ham, because now you can kind of mix it up a bit more with more confidence behind it.
That's right, yeah. I would say, and I'm pretty sure you agree with me, that tonight was easily Arsenal's best performance of the season, especially given the circumstances. Would you say now that we're resurgent, we're fully resurgent now? Do you think that, obviously before the international break, there was a lot of doom and gloom around. People like yourself were saying the title's over, and 1 or 2 other people are going even further than that, talking about the manager. Do you think that these last 2 or 3 performances now have shown that Arsenal are fully back and are rearing to go, can expect some big things for the rest of the season?
Back-to-back best performances of the year for sure. One better than the other for sure. Away from home against Sporting, Champions League, under the lights, like you can't compare it to Nottingham Forest at the Emirates. But both difficult games. Let's hope the resurgence has started. Until we build 5-6 games, we have to take every game as it comes. But until we build 5-6 games in a row where we're playing this football, where we're dominating, where we're getting the wins under our belt, that fear factor comes back in, then we can feel like we've turned the corner. So far, it does feel good. 2 games, 2 great performances, 2 big wins. Best performances and wins of the season so far. West Ham away next, who are just coming off a big win of their own against Newcastle away, where we lost. So every game at a time, take it as it comes, and see where we're at come January, because there's a lot of games now thick and fast. Come January, we shouldn't be no more than 9 points away in January. That's how I see it. That's with Liverpool winning all their games. I expect us to win all of our games. We should be into the Carabao Cup semi-finals, and Champions League, we should be comfortable knowing that with the 2 games in January, we're already through. So that's the next mark for me. Let's get there, and then let's see where we're at and analyse moving forward.
Okay, Turkish, coming from a man like yourself that's notoriously glass half full, I've not seen you as positive as this for a long time. It's a nice one.
Nice one.